Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. Let's start the 48-hour film project. Let me hear you, Inverness. Okay, make some noise if you made a film in 48 hours last weekend. And are you excited to see some great films? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! All right, that's what I like to hear. We want one person from each team to come down right now and join us on stage. Name of your film, and then just something to remind them. I think they're going to remember which one was yours.
Hi, my name's David. I'm from Gete Films, and we did Missing Links, which was the film about the missing links.
Hi, my name's also David. I'm from Neurovision, and we made the film where there's a guy but weirdly in this woman's garden, and then they get rained on a lot, and then it's a bit sad about cinema. And maybe
I am also David. I'm Jack from Jump Shack. We did Peace in Del Riata, now we've got the name, and Hello Bread.
Hi, I'm Alex Peacock. I'm from ECBS, and kind of in collaboration with Peacock Studios, we made The Oracle about a lady oracle who.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and I'm from the Scooby Doobs, and we did The Seer, which was the one with the waterfall drowning scene and sort of flashbacks and stuff.
Hi, I'm Owen from Strange Goose, and we made the one with the guy talking to a dinosaur, a pig, and a hippo.
Hi, I'm Connor, and I'm from Tonin Settley. There's the other half, and we did Sprout, which was the last film. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Frances from Just Film, and we made Beached, which was a dance film.
Hi, I'm Finn from Are We Cooking or Are We Cooked? And I made the one with the creepy glowing eyes man in the basement.
Hello there, hi, my name's Robin McKenzie, and our film was Wanted Guest, and that was At the Edge Productions.
I'm Scott. Our team was Popbox, and we made Metamorpha Chips, which was about the person who turned into the potato.
I think what we got away with, but we were filming in a mold-ridden, dust-covered basement for the better part of a day.
I was very worried about the molds.
Oh yeah, like it was so hot, unbelievable conditions, super hot and sweaty. That dank cavern that I was crouched down in a hoodie with glowing lights in my eyes was rather unpleasant, to say the least. But so far, I'm not coughing up blood, so so far we've got away with it.
We managed to edit a lot of mistakes out, bar one huge technical error, but I won't go into that.
Well, I got away with surviving on sleep deprivation, and I think I also got away with working or making a film with people that I don't know very well. I've got to know them very well, but I think we did really well because we were mostly kind of acquaintances, but we're now friends, and I think.
Oh man, we got away with everything, absolutely everything. We made this up as we went along. So, probably the worst one I think is that I have got hearing loss, so I had mixed the whole film mixed. I had got it so it sounded vaguely okay to me, and then Evelina came in and said, "There's a weird high-pitched hiss on the whole film." So with 30 minutes left, I slammed it into Audacity and applied like the heaviest noise reduction filter you've ever seen. It was so stupid. And so that's why in the film the dialogue is like but luckily whoever did the signs, who did the subtitles understood that I did say, "But why?" I did say, "But why?"
We got away with, I think our location was a big thing we got away with, because the rain obviously affected everyone. And we just essentially towards the end just drove around and stopped in a lay-by for our main location. And also, so we got lucky that no members of the public were like, "Why is there a pig pointing a gun at some guy next to a holiday park?" Because literally next to it.
Yeah, I would probably say the thing we got away with the most was probably the entire day of filming, because we were all sort of amateurs to some degree. We hadn't really made a film, so to film all of it 7 minutes in an entire day was quite tricky, especially when you don't get up until 10 or something. But we all got up, and I think we're at the last location. We got there to drive there to these waterfalls, and we were there from like 9:30 till 11 or till 12, and then had to drive all the way back. So I would say the fact that like bit of film was still eligible and like looked pretty good, and it wasn't too dark, because we were getting a bit nervous that we might have to go back the next day, which wouldn't have been great.
On Wednesday morning, we found out that somebody had dropped out, so we were able to take part. I had no location, no team, and I was working the next 2 days. So on Friday night, after everyone had got their genres, I was still driving around the Highlands trying to find some interesting kind of location. I didn't get home till about 1 a.m. I was like knocking on people's doors saying, "Can I film in your farm and stuff?" at like 10 o'clock at night. People were like, "Yeah, just get rid of me." Yeah, sure. So we got really lucky that we got a super cool location, but yeah, it was, and also a great crew. I mean, at the very, very last second, but we didn't have a sound person, and that ended up causing a bit of an issue in the end. We had to dub everything, and that just took so much time. Anyway, but it was good fun.
I think we got away with getting access to a castle. It's a like functioning hotel, and I don't know why they said yes, but I'm glad they did. They just gave us an hour. I think we took an hour and a half. And yeah, we got passively aggressive kicked out. And,
I think there was two things really. I think one was the rain. The rain came on really heavily, and basically 100% of our film was outside, and we just kind of ended up leaning into it and enjoying the vibes of the weather. And it also proved to me that the weather sealing on my camera is working. Sound, I'm glad that we kind of got there somewhere with sound, because I left at boom pole in Glasgow and the shock mount broke in our boom mic. So the fact that we're able to get any kind of reasonable sound is also pretty fun.
I think we kind of just got away with it in general. To be honest, we didn't have no one really had time to do any producing or to organise anything, so we didn't have any location. We had nothing organised. The only thing we had organised was Josh doing camera work. That was it. So everyone was producing, everyone was directing, everyone was writing, everyone was acting in it. And for some reason we wrapped shoot at like 3:30 on the Saturday, which is not. We've done a couple of these before. It's never been this stress-free somehow. It didn't really make any sense to me because we didn't really do any prep, and then suddenly it was all fine. So yeah, we just
and then we really hoped we'd find a sort of a wee cinema, because we thought maybe it was a bit too obvious to do Eden Court as a cinema. So we actually looked up the cinema that was in one of the other films with the big yellow writing, but it ended up being really nice here because the rain just made it kind of feel quite right, which was quite good.
Costume at the dinosaur is courtesy of Alex McNeil over there, who was Alex McNeil, who's our cinematographer. The hippo, keep clapping, because Alex found out the pig and the trench coat and that come from a short film that Tori and I did a couple of months ago. And then that's Alex as well. Hawaiian shirt, Alex. So basically that's Alex.
A very proud mum here tonight. My son was actually part of the film. I won't say who he is. I'm very grateful for the opportunity for him, and it's a very proud moment to see him on stage along with all you beautiful people. So thank you all so very much.
So we had the kiwi, the little ceramic kiwi, and that was a kind of a pivotal kind of prop, if you like. And after we filmed in the beach hut, we came back home and discovered that we'd left the kiwi in the beach hut. So that was actually going to be a problem because the main character had to say, "Oh, this is valuable." So we got round that by the main character, the female character, looking in the bag and saying, "This is valuable."
Yeah, we had a lighting fixture that was part of the thing, and I had it basically tied up to the ceiling and said it would be fine, and then it smashed all over the place and there was glass everywhere because it was a glass light fixture that was the thing. So that's why a lot of the shots, well, look worse, and had a different sort of colour light because we broke it. So yeah, that was it.
But we didn't actually get anything usable till about 5:30 p.m. and we were filming the following day until about 3:30 or 4 p.m, which surely must be some sort of a record for filming on the Sunday at that time. So it was just, the weather kept beating us down, and there was so many times we were close to kind of giving up and just saying, should we just call it? Because it wasn't fun. It got to a point where it wasn't fun anymore. But once towards the end of the day, when we actually started finally getting some stuff in the bank, it did become fun in a kind of weird way. And certainly during the edit it was fun when we saw we actually had some good stuff. So
the hot shower in our Airbnb didn't work. So we got home from that very rainy first day of filming and really were feeling quite sad for that. But the next day, I tell you what, it made us look like we were continuing the same bedraggled journey. So it gave us an amazing sense of continuity and weariness and uncomfortableness that we were meant to evoke. We also ran out of time to shoot our opening sequence, and it worked. So that's good.
You got blood splatter on your face. I was holding a mop head because you said a mop head would work best. So I had to do this here, and the first time I tried it, my hand was in the shot, and it went all over our living room, like absolutely covered the entire living room. So we had to mop all that up and then try it again, and it was just a wee splat. So initial take was better, but yeah. So cocoa powder, red, like strawberry jelly, and red food dye. There's probably a whole host of recipes for fake blood amongst all of us, I'm sure. But yeah.
Question, I just want to know who baked the bread from the piece.
Baked the bread.
Who baked?
This is
Lidl.
watching the film or making the film, whichever you like.
It's a slow motion at the end. So we when we filmed that, I forgot, me and Alex were doing something out on the road, and the other guys were prepping a chopped up potato, and then we came back and we just had the tripod next to the bin, and I said, right, stick on 60 frames a second. We recorded it, and we just recorded it, and then afterwards we're all watching it back, and you can hear the sound, but it plays too fast, so the sound's like finished before my head's even come up, and then we're all just standing there watching the slow motion of me coming up and snorting this potato, and everyone's laughing, and I was like, yeah, that's something.
Ours where Alex, who's like I guess our lead, dumps the other actor Cece's head into a thing of baked potatoes, which we didn't film in slow-mo. We filmed it too fast, so we filmed it like 12 frames a second, and Billy, who directed it, had to leave the room because he was laughing too hard, and it was one of these things we just had to keep filming it because everyone was breaking, and it was also just very funny. But you know, hopefully that translates.
Well, we're going to have one favourite one. It would be the first scene where we've got the unwanted guest coming over the shed roof and falling. And he did that take about 4 or 5 times. And I'm like going, there's going to be an accident here, he's going to break a leg, and I do not want to go to E&E. So yeah, that was my favourite, definitely. I think it's called a reveal. That's a new word, I never heard that word at college.
Dancer is doing the voice for the thing in the basement. That was just so much fun, just sitting with a microphone going, hello, who comes into my room? Yeah, that was great fun. Heartwarming answer is working with an incredible team of people who, this is my first directed project properly, so working with a team of people who really helped me put something together that I'm really proud of, and I'm proud of the team, so thank you guys.
When I watched the 2 dancers being filmed with the GoPro, and it just looked very dreamy and very, very beautiful. I think that was probably my proudest moment.
So the wedding dress that you were wearing on the pier thing that we found is going to be your wedding dress next year.
Oh.
So I think the fact that when we got home and it had minimal staining, that was definitely a good moment.
Where I thought I'd ruined the entire sound for the whole thing when I got into the edit, and nothing synced up, and I was about to have a heart attack, and I basically restarted Resolve, and everything came back. I was just like, thank God, because all the work everyone did would have been for absolutely nothing, basically.
Yeah, I would say my favourite moment was probably going to the waterfall, actually, because it was kind of, for some people, it was our first time like meeting each other fully ever. So it was weird to be in like a group. I mean, I knew everyone, but some people didn't know people, so it was weird being such a beautiful place like this. It was getting dark, and there was bats flying around, and it was a bit crazy. We were slipping and falling and trying not to get soaked or get swept away or drowned like in the actual movie. So.
And also it was my first time working with my beautiful girlfriend Dominique Mobile, who was acting for me in the leading role as the Oracle. And I wasn't sure would she be able to deliver the kind of crazed sort of performance and stuff I was looking for. But for me, the best moment of the shoot was when she inhabited that character and started writhing around and doing all this kind of stuff. It was this kind of beautiful moment of realizing that we could really work together and do kind of interesting, crazy stuff in the future. So that was, the best moment for me.
My favourite part was probably the horse riding scenes. It's fun to sort of do like a Monty Python homage to that. So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Trying to get in front of here, Aiden Court, and get this moment where we kind of, talk about the loss of cinema and trying to make it like emotional, but not so over the top that everyone's like, oh, for God's sake. So we did this take, and it went really well, and the rain was pouring down, and then Katrina and Rachel, who were behind the camera, just kind of made a wee noise, and then Katrina was like, "Duh!" And what was wrong was that we were doing the reverse shot of poor Cass, the other actor, and apparently I did my best performance while we were doing the reverses. So I just enjoyed the anguish of all that.
That's like a big compliment that they were so admiring your performance. You know?
Well, we'll never know. It was probably terrible. But that was fun, just to kind of like. But seriously, the first time we've had a grade done remotely by sending footage away and bringing it back, and also having the music created somewhere else and brought back. So having all these wireless elements come together and the edit at the end just in time to get away, that was really cool. I've not done that before. I really liked that, and that was lovely to work with new people and have that all come together wirelessly. Very satisfying. So
I think my favourite moments were just any of the moments where James was dressed up as a lynx, just because most of us hadn't seen anything, and he just kind of went away and did the makeup, and James brought their own costume and stuff. And then suddenly we're out in the middle of the rain dancing to this bizarre thing. It was just great fun seeing you dressed up as a lynx. There's James over there. Give him a wee round of applause.
Lynx Africa. So give all of these filmmakers a big round of applause.